All right, Chapter 6, Designing a Virtual Event Experience. I just want to reiterate, reading the book is a great way to make this course more valuable. So get the free copy, a PDF copy, print it out with your printer, or buy this online on Amazon. I'm telling you, it takes a while for this stuff to sink in, and we're trying to deliver this course as best we can via video, but reading this book and then taking the course is the best way to learn. All right, designing a virtual ticket experience. A virtual ticket should allow your customers the ability to seamlessly access your event from anywhere on the internet. And we talked a little bit about why there's three different really types. The traditional way, which is having a completely in-person event, maybe has a little bit of live streaming, but it's not really a focus. There's the virtual event, which is all virtual. That's where everyone's joining online and everyone has purchased a virtual ticket. And then there's the hybrid event, which is a little bit of both. And that really, to me, is one of the most fun. So the traditional way, brick-and-mortar hotel, we're at a hotel, conference, location, people must physically be there. The virtual event, which might have a little bit of in-person, generally held, in a studio like I'm in now or some type of streaming space. And then the hybrid event, which is a mix of traditional and virtual. Although the event is held in a physical location, people can join from anywhere, and it's much more convenient in that way. So what are the common fears and objections for virtual tickets? Well, the first thing is that virtual tickets will distract attention from the offline audience. So it'll be hard to implement. It might be fear that offering the tickets will actually cannibalize the in-person tickets, which will negatively impact sales and devalue the importance of the physically attending. And although those are valid concerns, they do not necessarily have to be true for your event. What you need to do is make it clear what is being offered. And many event organizers fear that these virtual tickets will cannibalize their existing sales. Now, the primary motives that drive people to attend an in-person event involve the experiences that they can obtain from that physical event. Great event planners know how to stimulate the sight, the touch, the smell, the hearing, and the taste to create an unforgettable experience. The marketing of your event should make it clear that the distinctions between the in-person event and the virtual event have some differences. And by making the cost different for the in-person ticket versus the virtual ticket, you're already implying that the in-person ticket, or whichever one is more expensive, is more valuable. So because virtual tickets are usually less expensive, they're usually not as valuable in the buyer's mind. And a primary motivation for virtual ticket buyers is the convenience of the delivery. On the other hand, the lack of convenience may also be a primary objection for many serious buyers who want to attend your event. And in this way, virtual tickets can allow your event to capture more buyers who have busy schedules who are unable to attend in person. So while virtual tickets are generally less expensive, that does not mean that you can't make more money selling virtual tickets than in-person tickets. So we know that people attend in-person events because they like the community experience. They like to be social. And the marketing of your event needs to make this clear. Hopefully, we can show and design an experience that gives virtual attendees some type of networking and online community feeling, but it will never be the same as the in-person premium experience. So we looked a little bit about the ticket pricing options. And generally, if you look at this chart on the right, what we want to do is we want to combine in-person and virtual tickets to have an overall growth of revenue and tickets sold. So virtual ticket buyers, they love the convenience, and convenience is king. And that's going to allow you to reach so many larger spaces and larger audiences. So the convenience is king with the ticket price. Now, how are we going to design an experience that's going to not just make your in-person experience great, but also by really addressing the virtual attendees as well? Virtual ticket viewers are watching an event unfolding in front of them through a screen. So from an event management perspective, it's easier to have absolute control of that broadcast than what's actually happening in person. And a cohesive experience should have a clear beginning, middle, and an end. So we're going to look at a diagram here that outlines some of the key experience stages you should plan on taking your online audience through. So before we get to that next one, we want to entice them. We want to generate the excitement right in the beginning. We want to get their attention. Then we want to enter the stage, draw the curtain, prepare the audience for what is about to happen. Then we want to engage them. We want to start that action. We want to introduce a little bit of drama, ascend to a climax, and coast into a fun resolution where you're going to exit. And this is the whole middle to end here. You're going to do a really memorable event. You're going to impress. You're going to surprise. Maybe you'll thrill. Maybe you'll intrigue. And then you'll extend that moment, push the limits, go the extra mile, and extend the experience. And here's another way to look at it here through a few more steps. We're going to get their attention, have them present. We're going to gain their focus, where they start that passive participation. They're focusing, they're involved. Then they're going to start to engage with active participation, meaning they're chatting, they're exploring their minds. They're trying to see how what you're presenting fits their lives. And then you're educating them. You're appreciating their needs and wants. And you're helping them absorb the information that you're presenting. And you're entertaining them. You're making it fun, enjoyable. You're sharing happiness. And hopefully, through this process, you are getting a reaction out of them, whether it's to inspire or get a commitment or have changing context that has the desire to change their lives. And through that process, a transformation is possible. You can push them to have an achievement in their life, inspire them to do something great, and maybe even have an unforgettable transformation in their lives. How is this possible? Well, we need to think about the atmosphere. It's possible that we can gamify the experience, and we'll talk a little bit about that further on in the book. You can have online polls. You can have contests, quizzes to gamify the experience. You can talk about professional development and bring new topics that are important to the world. You can help them network, whether it's online or offline, and bring business opportunities to folks in your event. So a content delivery network has servers located all over the world that's delivering your content, whether it be to a smart TV, a smartphone, a computer, or a website. And then you've got that paywall that we talked about that's going to make sure people are paying for your event. I've been showing this slide a lot, but again, we are getting people to a place where they feel comfortable to evaluate the experience and align with your brand and make sure that the payment process is good. So hopefully that gives you some ideas on how to design your virtual ticket experience. It's about providing an experience that helps them transcend and transform their lives. How powerful is that? So cool. It's really powerful stuff. It would take a long time to go over the whole book and what is talked about in this book. So that's where we'll leave it. The PowerPoint presentation is below, so you can kind of go over that and start thinking about it in terms of your event and your business. How can you gamify what you're doing? How can you make what you're doing more educational, more entertaining? How can you reach that reaction once you've already reached the engagement? A lot of live streams don't even reach the engagement stage, sadly. So think about that. How are you going to have a moderator who is asking questions in the chat room to get people talking and get the conversation stirring? How are you going to get the engagement to go from passive engagement, meaning at least you have the attention and the focus, to active engagement, where they're really typing in questions and you can get the ball rolling, get the community inspired, and hopefully transform people's lives? I hope that you can make it to that stage. This book is going to help you understand how. And there's other books as well that I really recommend reading, including The Experience Economy, which is where I did a lot of the research for this. So read this book, read The Experience Economy. There's a lot of great resources out there about this new experience economy that can help you. All right, that's it. On to our next chapter, which is on ticket pricing.